Welcome to all you Capricorns. This is your yearly horoscope for 2015 and what is happening with the outer planets. So I'm going to have a look at the outer planets as from Jupiter to Pluto. What is happening in general if you have a sun sign or an ascendant sign in Capricorn. Now still, it's the last year that Pluto makes a square to Uranus. So you as a cardinal sign, and the ones amongst you who've got planets around 15 degrees of Capricorn will feel that the most. So maybe you have a rising sign at 15 degrees of Capricorn, or maybe you have your birthday around, let's have a quick look, 15 degrees, that will be your birthday around the 5th, the 6th, the 7th, 6th to the 7th of January. So you will feel that the most, but it's also the Pluto in general that is in your sign, and that a lot of Capricorns are really fulfilling their fullest potential. And that is what Pluto is there. That is what Pluto is doing with people who've got Pluto, especially if it's on your ascendant, especially. This is once in a lifetime. A lot of people don't have that transit even, because Pluto is going so slowly. Having Pluto on your ascendant is major. It means almost that you feel as a part of you dies, and I mean it in a good way, and you let go of so much of yourself, and you are reborn. You are stronger. You still have to build up, of course, but you are a Capricorn. You could do that best. So, and in addition to that, your ruler has just shifted in December of 2014 into your 12th house. So this is a huge, the combination of Saturn in the 12th and Pluto in the 1st is hugely transforming. And I don't mean to say this as, wow, a lot in your world will be changes. No, it can be people who are really making decisions when it comes to relationships, making decisions if they are scared. And if they are scared of relationships, it's very likely that you are going to step into a new one. If there are relationships that are really not working for you anymore, that it's really hard for you, and you know deep down inside that you need to end it, it probably will be around the time that Saturn is in the 12th and Pluto in your 1st house. Because remember, Pluto in your sign is you've got the power. Pluto is with you. And that means that you are learning a lot through your connection with other people about your own power. Make sure that you don't overwhelm other people, but also make sure that you won't get overwhelmed by others. But it probably will be the other way around. Having Pluto in your sign is something like, you know, I go for it. Even if I'm scared to death, I'm going for it. That's the Pluto in your sign. So if there is something that you're really scared of, you will attack it probably, and you will battle it, and that will have that transforming effect on you. So only that in itself is very major, especially, as I said, the people around those degrees, having Pluto there. And because Uranus still in 2015, Uranus is squaring up to that in your 4th house, which makes it all more rebellion, more I want to be me, and I want to be who I am, and I want to be authentic. So that's the Uranus in the 4th house. A lot of you, there are some things that consider your roots, that consider your home life, that are shifting, that there are shifts there, and that is good. It means it's a bit an unusual time maybe at home. Maybe you're going to work even at home, and in an unusual, and doing something unusual there. I had that when I had Uranus in my 4th house. I started doing astrology at home. So, I mean, making those videos is a Uranian thing to do at home. Astrology is seen as a Uranian subject, you could say. But so that is still going on, and for the last time in March, you will feel that the most in March, because this aspect of Pluto and Uranus squaring up will show, will have the most effect, and then they will separate from each other in the upcoming years. So there's still a lot of transformation going on. At the same time, there is such a what I forgot to say is, yes, Saturn, your ruler, is in the 12th house, and that is, I think that is going together with the Pluto in your first. So your ruler in the 12th means that you're a lot of finishing up, you're cleansing, you're doing the cleaning in your own psyche. Maybe old patterns that are not working for you anymore, you're cleaning them. You can't deal with them anymore. They have to go away. You have to structure that 12th house. Saturn in the 12th is in its joy, and that's why, because Saturn structures, and the 12th house is a very chaotic house. That is the house of the subconscious. So you are making the subconscious real, which means that you are seeing your blind spots, and that's very powerful. If you encounter your own blind spots, maybe not always nice, but Capricorns are not afraid of that. They're not afraid of dealing with what they need to deal with. So that's only going to make you a stronger person. And then within 2 years, Saturn will be in your sign, but that's long from now. Now, so a lot of cleansing, a lot of changing, a lot of letting go of the old, and so you can make space for the new in you that is already there. And you've got Jupiter, the planet of expansion, as from August. Now it's still in your 8th house up until August. So, but it's shifting towards your 9th house in August, and that means time for expansion when it comes to study, when it comes to exploring, when it comes to travel, when it comes to publishing, when it comes to connecting with people from abroad, when it comes to reading, writing, and all of that. So that is the area where you grow very fastly and very easily. So in the beginning of the year, the half of the year, it will be the 8th house, which is the same as last year, which is possibility for growth on a psychological level, on a deeper level, maybe an inheritance with Jupiter in the 8th, or maybe you benefiting from money of other people. Are you feeling more valued by the people who are close to you? Feeling good about being intimate with someone, and so that is in the first half of the year. But as I said, when Jupiter goes into your mind, it's more of an expansive energy that goes very well with that Pluto in your first house. So you can learn new things, you can learn new philosophies, you can learn astrology. That's the 9th house as well, with Jupiter there. And that gives you a broader perspective and an understanding of why things happen the way they happen. So you're getting a broader vision. That's very positive for the Capricorns, because Capricorn is a sign that tends to over-focus. So that is good in itself, that's not bad, but when you overdo, you get the tunnel vision, and that's not nice to be in such a little tunnel. You want to expand, expand your knowledge, actually. And that is the opportunity there with Jupiter in the 9th house. And Neptune stays in the 3rd house, so when it comes to your communication, you're becoming more sensitive, you're becoming more understanding with what you say and what other people say. You're becoming more compassionate in your understanding, or you're becoming more interested in poetry. It can be as simply as that, or more interested in fairy tales, to read them and to see what the lessons are on a very day-to-day level, actually. So very nice energy indeed. So the building up will be with patience, because Jupiter will square up to Saturn. So your ruler will square up to Saturn, which means the expansion side versus the hard work and restricting. So they will battle a little bit with each other, but that's only at the end of the year, and especially if you know, especially when it comes to maybe how you want to communicate. That, am I saying too much? Am I saying too little? Maybe it's just that easy to understand for the Capricorns. Now Saturn will, your ruler, will shift into the 11th house again, a tiny little bit in Scorpio again, in your 11th house. But that's only for a little while, and that will be around, I think around June, July. Am I right? Saturn will be... Why didn't I write this down? Sorry, Capricorns, but yes, it will go back into the latest degrees of Scorpio, which is your 11th house. So still some friends that you need to check. Is this the friend that I want to have a friend in the future or not? And it doesn't mean to say bad people, it just means, are they still vibrating with you or not? This is something that can be your focus. And that will be around the time of June and July and August. And then in September, it goes into your 12th house again. So that's the most important for the Capricorns. Keep on transforming and keep on going. And I wish you all the best for the year. Thank you for listening. Have a good year, you Capricorns, and see you next time. Bye-bye.